Hey you guys, it is spring in the South.
And what is everybody talking about right now?
So everybody's talking about their garden, and today we're going to talk about some easy things that if you want to start, maybe dip your toes in gardening, these will be super easy. And we've got one that if you are not very familiar with gardening,
You may want to stay away.
you probably
It's
want to
like
avoid it.
advanced level.
Exactly. So we're going to go basic and then tell you kind of something to stay away from. So stay tuned. The first plant, or not plant, vegetable that you want to plant that would be super easy is cucumbers.
Cucumbers are awesome. I remember growing these as a little kid.
Well, we had some back here and they literally just took off all the way down the backyard. So cucumbers are really easy.
They're hardy.
We were able to grow them. But they're super easy. It's best if you plant them from a seedling, not necessarily the seed. Also, you want them to have full sun. They need a lot of sunshine. And in about 6 weeks, you'll have cucumbers that are about 6 to 8 inches long. If so you can have them on your salads or whatever. But if you want to pickle them,
And who doesn't love a good pickle?
you want to pick up. You want to
Harvest them.
harvest them at about 2 to 4 inches. So again, your first one, easy peasy, cucumbers.
All right, number 2 on our awesome list of easy to grow are sugar snap peas. Who doesn't love a good peas, right?
Yeah, and they're really awesome because once they're ready, you can literally just come out to your garden and pop them off and eat them literally right then and there.
That's right. Our kids would take them and eat them literally right off the plant.
Right.
But you just plant them as seeds a couple inches apart, give them plenty of sun, plenty of water. You probably want to have a trellis so that the vines can grow on those, and in a short time you'll have some peas ready to go.
Yes, when the peas are good, thick and plump, that's when you know they're ready. And that's
right.
generally, maybe right at 2 months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, somewhere in there. So again, sugar snap peas, pretty easy to do. All right, number 3 on our pretty easy to plant vegetables is summer squash. And I do love some summer squash.
You do love some summer squash. Fast and wild, right?
Yeah, so they do. They actually grow pretty fast and pretty wild, and so they don't really require a whole lot of maintenance from you. And again, it's just definitely go from a seedling on this one. You don't want to start from a seed. They do a little bit better starting from a seedling. And really in about 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to have cucumbers that are about 6 to 8 inches long, and they produce so much that, again, you're going to be giving summer squash to all of your neighbors. So easy peasy summer squash.
All right, our 4th vegetable, another very common, popular one here in the South, are green beans.
Yes.
Have many fond memories of growing green beans when I was a kid.
Most kids will actually eat green beans, so that's a bonus.
That's right. You'll find many mason jars full of canned green beans here in the South, but easy to grow. Just take the seeds, put them about 1 inch or so into the soil. It needs to be a little moist, about 6 inches apart or so, and then in a few weeks you will have beans aplenty.
Yes, so green beans, super easy. Also, they need full sunshine.
Yeah, full sunshine, 6 to 8 hours a day. So you don't want to try to grow them right behind your home or right behind a building. They need to be where they get several hours of sunshine.
Right, so green beans, pretty easy. Okay, another thing that is super easy, number 5, easy things to grow in the South are herbs. With herbs, they're really versatile. You can put them in planters or pots or, put them in the ground. So the thing about herbs you want to remember is that, plant them with things that need the similar needs.
Right. So
that way,
some herbs have the same needs. For a full sun, more sun, less sun, more water, less water. For example, rosemary. Who doesn't love cooking with fresh rosemary, right? Smells so good. So you can plant rosemary with oregano,
and lavender, thyme.
That's right.
All of those need a lot of sunshine, but actually fairly dry soil. So you would want to plant those things together. So on the other hand, there are herbs that need really just kind of partial sunshine and then
moisture.
Yeah, a little bit more moisture in the soil. So those are things like dill, chives, cilantro,
parsley.
Yeah.
So really leafy greens.
Right, so those things, you would want to plant those together so that way they get the same amount of sunshine and also the same amount of moisture.
And then with mint, you started to say this, right?
Right, mint, it actually is pretty hardy and it grows fast and it spreads, so you may want to actually plant that one separately.
Or in a container, again, by itself, just so it doesn't take over the other herbs.
Right, so on our list, the last one on our list, I don't know if you can guess it, one of the most challenging challenging things to try to grow, not because of the South exactly, but just it's a challenging vegetable to try to grow.
And they're popular. I think I don't know, maybe we don't all eat them, but a lot of people eat them.
Well, and they've had huge transformations over the last few years into, pizza crusts and everything else.
Right.
So anyway, cauliflower, it is don't try this at home if you are a brand new gardener because it may not turn out well.
Or throw caution to the wind, who knows? The reason why it's challenging is because you have to watch the pH of the soil, the moisture.
Right, the temperature has to be a certain degree.
It's just very finicky.
It is, and
Go ahead, you started to say.
Even as it starts to grow, like you've got to tie the crown together to keep it that white, cauliflower color. So it just requires a lot more maintenance, and it may not be something you want to just dive into.
Not for the Browns to try at our house. That's what we can tell you.
Oh, so anyway, cauliflower is the what not to try in your first garden. It is spring in the South, and it is absolutely beautiful. The warm weather, the vibrant colors, the South is coming alive.
Absolutely. And although we might not be your gardening, horticulture experts of choice, we would love to be your real estate resource here. Feel free to reach out to us. Again, Mike and Brandy Brown with Keller Williams, 205-368-5995, or feel free to email us at info@mbrownrealty.com.